The thing with love is that you can find it in the least expected of places. It was a usual day at the office, and I was having lunch with other new joiners. We are fresh out of college, who joined a month ago and spent more time in the cafeteria than others in the office. As we were about to finish our lunch and head back to work, the TV news at the cafeteria announced COVID-19 quarantine. Not sure what exactly quarantine and lockdown meant, we were all a little excited to have a few days off and sit at home. Few days turned into weeks, and then months. It was no longer just sitting at home, it felt like being caged at home. This is not what I expected when I moved from my hometown to this city for work. But in the year 2020, all my expectations become a dream. My roommate got stuck in another country, and I was all alone for months in the house. I spent my days working remotely and evenings in my balcony. One usual day, while I was having my coffee in the balcony, I spotted my neighbor in his balcony. He was talking on earphones. He looked absolutely gorgeous. I couldn't take my eyes off him. Somebody has crafted him to perfection, both charming and handsome. He noticed that I was staring, and he turned towards me. I bowed my head and said, "Good morning, Mark."
I am sorry, do I know you?
Hell no, you don't. But I know you, I thought to myself. Mark is the head of the sales department, the most sought-out sales head in the industry. Hi, my name is Macy, and I have recently joined sales department. I work in your team, I said nervously. Mark looked a bit embarrassed and left after wishing me well. I really hope he didn't catch me staring at him initially. There are a lot of unconfirmed rumors about his dating life. He is dating a model, or he is dating CEO's daughter. Is he still dating, I wonder? The next day, the weekly supplies were scheduled to arrive at our residential complex. We usually went during our allotted slots to avoid crowding. As usual, I bought more supplies than I require. I was carrying the bags with all my might. I heard someone call me from behind.
Macy, do you need any help?
I could instantly recognize him, even though he is wearing a mask. I couldn't forget those dreamy eyes since the day he stared at me from his balcony. This is the first time I heard Mark say my name. Ooh, it felt so special. I didn't know what to say. Yes, I need help, but I am shy to ask Mark. Okay, I whispered. He bent down a bit to grab my bag. I could feel his fingers touch mine as he took the bag. He placed the bag outside my door, bowed his head as I said thank you. He left towards his house. Mark is a smart and good-looking gentleman. I can't believe that we are neighbors. Maybe quarantine isn't such a bad thing. I went on with my daily routine, and as I was about to log off from work in the evening, the doorbell rang. I got intrigued as the doorbell ringing is rare during lockdown. I quickly got my mask on and opened the door. To my surprise, it was Mark, standing with a cup in his hand. He was wearing pajamas and looked tired. Though his hair was messy, he looked cute. He gently smiled and asked,
I am sorry to bother you. Can I have some coffee powder? I have a headache since afternoon and was in back-to-back office calls. I need coffee to keep myself alert.
I could sense he was somewhat feeling shy about borrowing coffee. Thank God I was wearing a mask. Otherwise, he could have seen me blushing like a fool. I said, I can make you a cup of coffee. I mean, you can have coffee powder too. But as I am making for myself, I can make 1 cup for you too. Mark was hesitant at first, but agreed to come in. The handsome god is in my house. House of a commoner. Mark came with his laptop as he had office calls in a few minutes. I made coffee for both of us while he was on a call. The scene of both of us in one room, with him working and me making coffee in the kitchen, made me blush. My imagination is going through the roof. I gave coffee and sat opposite to Mark. Mark finished his call and started walking towards balcony. Without looking at me, he said,
Come on, Macy, come out. Let's have coffee at your usual spot.
My usual place? What does he mean? My usual place? I panicked, hoping he didn't catch me staring at him again. He laughed and said,
Let's go to the balcony and have our coffee.
We sat on the balcony, talked about each other's interests. Coincidentally, he is also a big fan of thriller TV series. After days of not talking to someone face to face, our conversation felt so refreshing. I didn't expect Mark, who is always so serious in the office, is so fun to be with. Despite my imaginative love for Mark, I enjoyed the conversation with him. As Mark was about to leave, he said,
Macy, thank you for the coffee. Let's watch the latest season of Ozark this weekend together.
I calmed myself and said, okay. As soon as I closed the door, I jumped. Did Mark suggest that we are going to Netflix and chill this weekend? Why such a handsome guy be interested in me? I think he is just bored of sitting at home. Or maybe he is just bored of lockdown. Come on! He was dating a model. But whatever it is, I am happy to spend time with him. I was so excited for the weekend. 2 more days to see Mark again. I cleaned my house thoroughly, prepared some snacks for the weekend. Mark was supposed to come on Saturday evening, but he came quite early, and he bought groceries.
Are you hungry? I thought of making lunch for us.
My cheeks turned red. It is starting out to be a perfect date. We had our lunch together and spent our evening again at the balcony having coffee. By the time we started watching TV, I was sleepy, but I tried my best not to sleep. As this was the best day of my life, and Mark was sitting so close to me. I wish Mark grabs my hand, brings me closer to him, stares in my eyes and says, Damn! I slept off. I don't remember when Mark left. I am so embarrassed to sleep in the middle of the episode. I didn't even say bye to Mark. I quickly got ready and went to Mark's house. I knocked on his door and he opened it. He looked serious. I guess I came at the wrong time. I said, I am sorry for spoiling our date. I guess I was tired. I said date. I need a wall where I can bang my head. Why on earth did I say date? I immediately corrected myself and said, sorry for spoiling the plan. Mark still looked serious and said,
Would you like another lunch date today? We can complete the series now.
Please be serious. Why would you date a nobody like me? He came closer, looked into my eyes and said,
Last few days has been like a fantasy for me, the moment I saw you from the balcony. I was struck by love at first sight. When I noticed you heading to the market, I decided to go around the same time, hoping to get another chance to talk to you. I was behind you the entire time, but you didn't notice, and hence I had to call you. I wanted to come inside your home. I was not sure if it was appropriate. Even though I had coffee at my place, I made an excuse, secretly hoping you would invite me. The way you gazed at me while preparing the coffee caused my heart to flutter. I couldn't even concentrate on my call. I really wanted to step into the kitchen and give you a hug. I couldn't wait anymore to see you. So I turned up early. You looked incredibly cute while you were asleep. I had a strong urge to cuddle and sleep next to you. However, I left quietly as I couldn't control my emotions.
As our conversations continued to flow, I found myself falling for him even more. We found each other in the most unexpected